It's my pleasure to welcome you this morning on behalf of the Canadian Institute for Jewish Research. Today's conference is combating the delegitimation of Israel. It grew naturally out of the work we do on campus with students. And we have a unique student Israel advocacy seminar designed to counter growing on-campus anti-Semitism. And out of that came an awareness of, over the last few years, and concern with the growing problem of delegitimation. On campus, there's a very well-funded campaign, the BDS movement, Boycott, Divest, and Sanction Israel, along with the notorious Israeli Apartheid Week every year, regular anti-Israel, pro-Palestinian speakers. On campus, the pro-Palestinian movement has succeeded in using the doctrine of academic free speech to intimidate opponents and to make Zionism a dirty word. But it's very important for us to realize that the campus is only part of a much larger international campaign to delegitimate Israel in international and national forums and in the media generally.
High, middle, and low at WMD conventional terrorism. And then there are nonviolent efforts to assault Israel. Demographic assault, like a return to overwhelm Israel in population terms. Economic blockade and boycott to not allow Israel to prosper economically. And finally, ideological undermining, the notion that Zionism is a 19th century answer to 21st century problem, out of date, racist, and so forth.
Cognitive war is also known as PSYOPs, except that PSYOPs is normally addressed, it's psyching out your enemy on the battlefield, whereas cognitive war is addressed to home audiences. Ron Schliefer, who's also an expert in this matter, described the purpose of cognitive war, which he called PSYOPs, to convince your enemies to be pacifists and your own side to be patriots. And now that's an actually fairly anodyne version of it, because in the Palestinian or the Arab-Israeli conflict, it is in fact to paralyze your enemy with guilt and to incite your own side to genocidal hatred.
Radical political Islam, and I would even argue potentially more dangerous than Iran's nuclear weapons program, and I'm choosing my words again carefully, is its use of the protocols of the elders of Zion, the narrative of the protocols of the elders of Zion. As we know, the protocols of the elders of Zion was a forged document that emerged either in France or Russia, depending on which view of history you have, in the late 1800s. And the protocols was a forged document that spoke about the Jewish conspiracy, how the Jews were conspiring to take over the world. Now, as fanciful and as ludicrous as this document is, it played a key role in demonizing and dehumanizing and segregating Jews from European society, and I would argue, as other scholars of anti-Semitism do, paved the way for the Holocaust.
Perhaps the most common and popular approach to the Holocaust is the attempt to equate Zionism with Nazism. This strategy allows its creators to convey the so-called racism and evil believed to exist at the heart of the Zionist enterprise. It also reverses the role of the Jews in history, transforming their status as victims to that of racist aggressors who now act against a new group of victims, the Palestinians. In this narrative, the Palestinians become the true victims of the Holocaust.
Rav Kook, who died in 1935, said, "There's no other people," I'm paraphrasing, I'm not quoting, "there's no other people which has been able to blend or mesh or coexist with the ideas of peoplehood or nationality and international humanity." Meaning we are the most national of peoples, the most cohesive, intensely emotional, concerned, responsible, accountable for our people? This very gathering in Montreal with its powerful traditional bent as a Jewish community. That we are a national people, but there's no people so national, Rav Kook wanted to say, which at the same time is universal in its outlook. We are both.
I hope everybody can agree with this. We should not walk away here without instructing ourselves and others about how to proceed. And here it is, roughly. And I did this quickly. We gather today at the International Conference on Combating the Delegitimation of Israel, affirm our commitment to the well-being of Israel and the Jewish people, and we call upon all individuals of goodwill and our Jewish organizations which claim to represent us to do everything in their power on the campus, in the media, and in the political sphere, vigorously to defend the community and to combat the delegitimation campaign wherever it appears in all its forms.